The BBC seem interested in who Leonid Radvinsky is. He is the elusive owner of a porn empire. So who is this guy? Here is his photograph. Leonid. Via LinkedIn. Look. With all that money he can't afford a razor. OnlyFans profits have skyrocketed. His owner has made more than £238 million in dividends. About the pornography mogul. He is a 41-year-old Ukrainian-American entrepreneur. Okay, so the BBC really want to dig deep into who this guy is, Leonid Radvinsky. Right, who is he and where's his money come from? He personal life private. He has not given many interviews. Hints about his life on LinkedIn. Let's see what data the BBC sleuths can dig out. A venture capital investor, philanthropist and technology. He's a philanthropist, you see. He's a philanthropist. He's going to give some of the money he's made from porn and give it to old age pensioners to help them cross the road. A special interest in emerging social media platforms. That's fascinating. So this is an emerging special social media platform. He spent the last 2 decades contributing to the open source movement. He was born in the Ukrainian port city of Odessa. He can't, yeah, right. Donated to the relief effort in Ukraine using cryptocurrency, according to CoinDesk. A huge amount of time, effort and money to non-profit causes. Yeah, that's right. How nice of him. Avid reader who's always ready for a chess match. And is an aspiring helicopter pilot. Yes, aspiring footballer as well, probably. His father moved to the United States when he was a child. And then, what do you mean when he was a child? When he was 3, when he was 5, when he was 10? He now lives in sunny California, Florida, but we don't know where. I'm sure his neighbours don't know either. A married man, but the BBC is unable to verify the identity of his spouse. Right, look, you know, business is business, and if people want to do pornography, I mean, I'd be a hypocrite to say I've never seen porn. But I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't pay for OnlyFans. I mean, I don't understand why anybody would pay money when there's such an enormous amount of free content available. You know, why would you bother? And also, you know, I wouldn't want my sister or daughter or mother to be involved in this kind of activity. It is a bit degenerate, to be fair, and women should realise that. And not just women, there's, I'm sure, a lot of men on OnlyFans as well. It's vulgar, isn't it? You know, I mean, we've all got our sexual fetishes, that's fine, but this guy is trying to make money out of them. He's encouraging kids to do this kind of stuff. But you see, the thing is, apparently there's nothing we know about this guy other than he's a Ukrainian. He's a Ukrainian. But, you know, I can tell, I mean, I know he's Jewish. But let's have a look on the Wikipedia. He is a United Kingdom based Ukrainian American. I thought he lived in sunny Florida. A businessman, pornographer and computer programmer. Well, I mean, he's not really a pornographer, is he? I mean, in a way, he's just a guy who makes money from porn. He doesn't take the pictures of themselves. It's up to the individuals. In a way, people are exercising their free will. I mean, to be honest, sex is... people are too ashamed of sexual stuff. I mean, you know, perhaps, you know, I mean, what, you know, if you're a good-looking person, why not make some money out of selling your bloody porn online? I mean, I don't know. So, you know, I'll cut him some slack there. I don't want to be a hypocrite about it. But the point is, there's very little information about his early life. Now, normally when, you know, normally like if your name was Thassos Papadopoulos or something, they'd say he was born in America to a Greek family. Or if your name was Mario Spaghetti or something, he was Italian American or something. But for some reason, they just describe him as a Ukrainian American. A first generation immigrant from Ukraine. Right, so he's been defined as Ukrainian, but actually he's listed in the world's Jewish billionaires. He's actually at the bottom. Think about it. He's a billionaire, but he's a number 267. And his business is e-commerce, right? E-commerce. Jesus, he's only at 267. He's nobody in Jewish terms. Number one is Larry Ellison. You'll notice how Jews are enormous, not just in banking, but in new technologies such as media, so they can control people's thoughts, get people to believe the crap they want us to believe. To be honest, a lot of, you know, I've got nothing against people trying to be successful, but it has to come with, you have to have some ethics as well. Perhaps you can forego some billions just to be a better person. You know, I mean, how much money do these people need? What is Larry Ellison going to do with $103 billion? He's going to buy, you know, I mean, what's he going to do with the money? What does he need it for? A bigger yacht? Frankly, if I had a lot of money for, I'd just get a small boat because I think they're more fun. You know, these people just buy. They just want more and more and more. And of course, they pretend to be philanthropists. That means nothing. You can't get anyone less philanthropic than Bill Gates or Tony Blair or people like that. It's all a scam, and it's all to do with tax dodging and pretending to be nice and all the rest of it. A lot of people might not know Steve Ballmer of Microsoft, Jewish as well. Israel Englander, that's an interesting name, hedge fund. So, I mean, they've got enough money. Dassault of the French military company. So it's the usual stuff, banking, media, weapons, fashions, that kind of stuff. You know, people will say, oh, you're so jealous. Well, you know, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a few pence. But I wouldn't, you know, I don't define myself by how much money I've got in the bank, which is just as well seeing as I've got so little. But don't you think it would be reasonable? I mean, Forbes has said that, I mean, I don't want to call Forbes a conspiracy theorist, but for some reason on this list, Leonid Radvinsky is listed as Jewish. But in his Wikipedia page, he's not listed. He's listed as Ukrainian, right? So surely it's important to note his Judaism, because Jews are very big in porn, and that is a fact. But I'll be honest with you, I think it's not so much porn is damaging for the way you perceive women or something, and vice versa for women who want to see porn. I also think it's more like a massive time sink, you know. I mean, frankly, people always assume that the reason they want you to watch football and porn and gamble and all the rest of it is to turn you into degenerate. But actually, I think the main reason is simply to get you to spend as much of your time in pointless activity as possible. Watching sport, watching porn, gambling online, following celebrities, music, movies and stuff. It's all about, and then the very same people, you know, I've given lots of USB sticks to people over the years, and whenever I give it to them, I know that the strong possibility is that they're not going to look at it. But I still feel like I want to do it, simply because then people say, well, why didn't you look? Well, I was too busy watching television, you know. So I think the main problem with porn isn't that, you know, I mean, most guys would like that kind of stuff. I mean, in real life, it's a pity, you know, most of us would kind of like to be in an unrecorded porn movie, you know, because, you know, if you were in a porn movie and it was discovered, let's say you were a decent guy, you wanted to do the best for the world, and they dug up a porn movie about you, and actually these days they can just fake one with deep fake technology. I mean, it's get to the stage now where you can just put anybody's face on anyone's body and make it look like they did it. Or you could just start a rumour that guy was in porn and millions of people would believe it without having any evidence. Public can easily be tricked into believing. The public believe that what other people believe is the truth. If you can get enough people to believe a lie, then for them it's the truth, because they look around. What do other people think? Oh, you're the only person who doesn't think so. The fact that was it H.L. Mencken who said democracy is the pathetic belief in the collective wisdom of individual ignorance, right? And just because most people believe things, it doesn't mean it's true, okay? Most people believe things without investigating, so their belief is based on nothing. You know, you can believe something. I mean, you know, most people believe that the earth is round, but they have no evidence for that. They haven't checked into it at all. They just are told that. They believe it. For them, it's like believing that they live at, you know, 63 Acacia Avenue or something. So that's what they believe. But that's what, and they believe that the earth is round in the same way that they know their home address, because it's been so imprinted in their brain that they can't imagine it can't be true. But actually their belief is just a belief. It's just like believing in God or believing in the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus. It's a belief, but it isn't based on evidence, right? You don't know what's true unless you've studied it yourself. Everything else is something you were told. You were told. So what you could say is, I'm told that the earth is round, but I have my doubts. Or an oblate spheroid if you prefer. I personally think the earth is probably flat, but I can't prove it. I mean, observation would suggest it's flat. Observation would suggest we're not moving. I can't believe we're moving at high speed through the galaxy. That's what we're told. I certainly don't see any way in which canals can work on a globe. I mean, how does that work? I don't see how lakes can be anything other than flat. Is the Caspian Sea flat? I don't see how it can be. Sorry, I don't see how the Caspian Sea can be anything other than flat, because it's a lake and there's always level. But we're told it has to be, you know, because of the Earth's curvature, it isn't flat. So apparently it's gravity. But gravity can't even, you know, stop you jumping off the ground, or a feather can stay in the air. I mean, you know. So anyway, what I'm saying is Leonid Radvinsky is ethnically Jewish, and I believe that his Judaism is one of the reasons he's involved in porn. Not necessarily, it's partly to make money, but also partly in order to dumb down the Goyim, who, to be fair, are idiots. Thank you for your time.